Welcome back, everyone. We're starting out nice and quiet, and that's some great news for the morning commute. However, your evening commute, we will likely see possible snow-covered roads again as we're looking at our next storm system moving in later this afternoon. Your snow accumulation forecast, it's a light one, not expecting widespread heavy snowfall totals, but once you get north of the Tri-Cities in our northern lower counties, some of us may even see more than 4 inches of snow in a few isolated areas. But I think 1 to 2 for the Tri-Cities, northern tip of the thumb, and then about an inch or so, maybe a little less the farther south and east you head, as most of the moisture with this system will basically line up along I-69 and to the north. So not a big deal, but this is just the precursor to what we're going to be looking at this weekend with the possibility of widespread heavy accumulating snow coming up for Saturday. We'll talk about that in the extended forecast, but outside we're starting to watch the clouds increase from out west. We'll gradually thicken these clouds up enough, and I think after 3 o'clock is when we'll start to see some of the snow developing. But the big story for the morning hours is just how much warmer we are compared to where we've been. I know 16 is still pretty cold, but when you compare that to the -10 we were just a couple of mornings ago, this is far improved from those areas and those temperatures. 14 in Grand Blanc, 16 in Freeland and Cass City, Lapeer at 13, it's 15 in Midland, 12 in Gladwin, and 17, the warm spot this morning, all the way up north here in Oscoda. So we're looking pretty good temperature-wise, but unfortunately we're still stuck with some strong southerly winds out ahead of that snowmaker for this afternoon and tonight. These are the sustained winds anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour, but the gusts have already been over 25, so it still feels much colder than it actually is. But our wind chills, the coldest is -6 right now in Bad Axe, 2 below in Lapeer, 0 in Grand Blanc, 3 in Freeland and Midland, and -4 is what it currently feels like in Gladwin. So still cold, but it's not the brutal stuff like we were looking at just a few days ago with the 25 to 30 below zero wind chills. That is out of here. Now what's to come is this area of snow that I'm watching over Wisconsin. This is what's going to be sliding east. It'll fill in throughout the day today, and Futurecast is doing a really good job with the forecast as far as timing goes. So 8 o'clock this morning, we're just looking at partly cloudy skies, but watch what happens by 2 to 3. We'll start to see some of that snow filling in, and at 4 o'clock, Futurecast has most of Aranac County and west to Roscommon and Clare counties seeing the snow. By 6 o'clock, most of that will move in through the I-69 corridor, and 8 o'clock, we'll see some of that into the thumb as well. Most of this will wrap up by about midnight for our western counties. Shortly after that for our eastern counties, and at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're looking pretty good. But watch what happens tomorrow night. We see the clouds increasing Friday afternoon and evening, and then snow develops to the south. This starts to move up north, and I think we have an all-day snow event coming up for us as we head to your Saturday, and some of us may see more than 4 inches of snow out of that one. So as we look ahead to your 7-day forecast, notice the temperatures. This is great because we're actually seeing them getting closer to the average. The average is 30 this time of year. I think we'll be still below average, but we'll be into the upper 20s even as the snow is falling. And as we look ahead to next week, we will cool off just a little bit, but it doesn't look like we'll see that nasty Arctic stuff we've been seeing for the last several weeks.